Welcome back. This is Arise News Channel. You're watching the morning show with me, Biola Labi. My next guest, Joyce Daniels, started her career as a Master of Ceremonies in 2007. In 2014, she founded Talk Academy, a training school for Masters of Ceremonies, and today she's the author of Mastery: Boost Your Speaking Income by Becoming a Professional Event Host, Emcee. Joyce, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. It's such an honor and a pleasure.
Yes. So, Joyce, you speak for a living. So,
yes.
I have to say, point of correction: you're not a master of ceremony. You're a mistress of ceremonies.
Okay.
So, is that what people call you, mistress of ceremony?
There's an ongoing discussion, master, mistress. So, is there master?
But I thought master was more like a craft, like because you're the height of your craft. That's what master is.
I am a master at what I do.
All right, you are the master.
I have a master's degree.
You're the master then.
Yes.
So let me tell you this. One of the things that's interesting is you've also written a book. Yes. Let me see. You've written a book called Mastery.
Yes.
So Mastery is a book about what?
It's about earning more from your natural gift and talent of speaking. Many people like me talk well, are confident, are happy talking. So add something to it and earn. You might as well do that. You don't need any inventory. And I've done this for 10 years plus, so I've put in some information there that could really help avoid the issues that I've had.
So can I ask you a question,
yes,
going back? So you're in class. They've assigned someone to take the names of noisemakers. Was your name always on that list?
It was without saying. I was number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5.
So you were always taking the list because that's the best thing to do with noisemakers.
That's what teachers did to me. And they just said, you know, you don't need to put your name on there. We know it's there already, so add the other names to it.
So you grew up, so you knew you always wanted to speak.
Yes.
Did you feel like you communicated with people well, or what was?
I thought so. I still think so. Or I connect with people well. I'm not afraid to connect. I'm always excited about it. And people always just said to me, Joyce, you know, you could do this for me. You could do that for me. My event is coming up. Oh, you should be. And I go, oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
So when did you first start? Like, not when you officially started, but when you first started feeling confident in front of people?
The first time I held a microphone to be a master of ceremonies, I was 9 years old.
Ooh.
And that was for the first lady of the nation at that time, Mariam Babangida. I didn't go there to be the MC. I went to dance with a troupe from Lagos in Abuja. And they were like, we need a child MC. We need some child MCs. And my aunt, who was this, I have the talk on my group. So just myself and a few other children did that. And I was so excited. And we did it well.
Oh. So tell me, what have you learned over the years in just sort of raising your hand, being called to the stage? I mean, at 9 years old, you already recognized as someone that could do something. How did that happen? How did that connection happen for you, where you knew you could speak, but you also made sure other people knew that you could?
I would say, honestly, it wasn't really intentional. It was always more people telling me I could. And whenever I saw an opportunity, I said, okay, yeah, fine, I really can, or I can do it. So it was ongoing from primary school, secondary school. When I got a job after service, 7 months into the job, I realized I couldn't cope. And I just decided to do what everyone at that time felt was pretty stupid. Become a master of ceremonies full-time. Who does that? You should have a job or something. And I just said, once I said to my dad, please just give me 10 years. If in 10 years I am not at a good place, then maybe I would quit. But I know it takes about 10 years to make anything useful.
Yes.
And
to
that
build
was
anything.
And so I just kept going.
Wow. Let me ask you, how do you think you became confident? Because, I mean, since you started so early, and being in front of people is really intimidating. A lot of people at home are watching saying, I could just never get up in front of people. How did you find your confidence and your voice?
I was born with it, so it wasn't a personal effort. But I know that you can learn it by affirmations and surrounding yourself with the right kind of people and the right kind of thinking, which I wrote about in the book. So for someone who says, I'm not like you, I wasn't born like you, you can learn to get it done. It was easy for me, so to speak, but I still have the bouts of fear standing in front of anybody for the first time, like you, and like the people watching. But we do it afraid. We do it afraid. And we come and nobody can really tell I'm afraid right now. Even
No,
though I'm jittering inside somewhere.
Really?
So that's it.
Okay.
I say to people, people can't see the fear as much as you feel it. So just do it anyway.
Why do you think people find comfort in having an MC at an event?
You want to be sure that the professional knows what they're doing. They can handle the issues. They can be objective. When you have a family member do it, there could be a tilt. There could be someone taking the event for granted, so to speak. But a professional will bring standardization whichever way. A professional will know how to handle crisis situations, or should know how to handle crisis situations. They talk about that. A professional should know the right way to introduce people at what kind of events.
So there's also like a protocol thing you need to keep in mind.
You need to keep in mind, but it's still not that difficult. Once you see it and you read, oh, okay, this is all. I can do that, Joe.
So, I mean, one of the things for me is whenever I've gone to events, I feel MCs always sort of have like a shtick. They do like a joke theme they do. Do you have a theme you do? Like you have your signature jokes that...
I have my signature activities. Sometimes I sing at events. Other times I use activities like games, even at corporate events, as long as the activity can be roped into the objective of the event and everyone can participate and understand, oh, I see the connection, and then I use those activities to bring to light things that could be difficult to understand. So I have a few of those. I have a signature hand clap I do at some events as well.
A hand clap?
Hand clap.
I want to see that.
It's not novel to me. I learned it somewhere, but I've used it a lot. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, mwah, mwah, mwah. And when we do it at some events, especially Nigerian content events or local content events, we're appreciating you for all the effort you've put in. I just find that people light up. Even when you see all these very serious-looking men and women, they just go like, ah, So I find it's good, and I keep doing it. It seems silly,
so
right?
everyone has to have something, right?
Something I mean,
I went through the book, and I know that you actually got different people to sort of give you their take on emceeing from around the world. And one of the things I actually read in your piece was, the mirror should be your best friend. Is this for anyone or just someone that wants to be an MC?
For any and everyone in any profession, anyone in the world. Why? When you look into your mirror, many times you feel, oh, my ears are too big, or you give yourself something to hold on to and anybody else can reinforce. If you feel I don't look so good, anybody can mess you up that day because they say, oh, you're not looking so good. I say, yeah, I know, right? But if you agree with your mirror, I look great today. I am phenomenal today. When people see you and go, oh, you're not looking so bright, go, really? I feel on top of the world because you just agreed with your mirror. I think we need to understand and own whatever it is we want to give up. If you feel you look great or you feel you see great, you will be great the rest of the day. Nobody will have anything on you.
When students come to your academy, because you teach people how to do this, what type of people do you actually normally see? I'm kind of curious.
All sorts of people. I see people who work in different industries and say, at my company, people always say to me, I can do this. Or a few times they've called me to do this within the institution. I see people who are straight out of school. I see women who go, I know I enjoy talking, but I've always felt I'm not a comedian. But seeing you do it, I feel I can, because you weren't funny, but you made us happy. So I see people like that who are not sure.
I like that. I like the fact that you don't have to be funny, but you can make people happy.
Yes. Happiness factor, yes. Funny, comedy, not necessarily if you don't have it. If you do have it, we can also help you polish it to make it appropriate.
So one of the things people have that's always a challenge in any business is pricing. So when people come to you to learn how to do this, what do you teach them about pricing? How do you feel? So someone is already coming like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. And then you're telling them to like say, yes, you can do it and you need to charge people for it. How do you find that happy medium?
So I ask questions about what's prevalent in your area. How many people know you? How much confidence do you have when you call a certain amount? It affects you. So see, back to your mirror. If you can't agree with your mirror that you can afford to say 50,000 or 100,000, It will be difficult to say to anybody because all you'll be thinking is, if I say 100,000, I won't they get away from here? So we need to agree. What's prevalent? Who are the people making waves in your area, and what do they charge?
Okay.
You could hang around their figures.
Okay.
And then also the way you are able to market to people, sell your service to people would determine how much value. Someone calls you for an event and you go, oh, have you also considered the bios for the speakers? Have you done this? Do we have a liaison person, the one person who would give me information for anything going on? And they go, you know what you're doing. When you see that look, you can up the figure just a little bit. But when people go, see, Oga, madam, we don't even know what you're talking. Are you sure you know this work? Then just bring your price down small.
Okay. I like this. I mean, these are real twos. They're telling me we have to wrap up. So here people are. They're going to events this weekend. What should they be looking out for to see if they can find their voice as well? Like, I mean, there are three things I should be looking out for as I'm going out this weekend to say, maybe if I'm thinking this way, I can also do this.
Number one, if you see an MC at an event this weekend and you feel I can do that, then you can.
Okay.
If you see an MC doing something and go, I could do better than that, then you can. If you see an MC anywhere or you see that there's no MC and you feel somewhere in there, should I close the gap? Please go ahead.
Really? Just step up and
just
say,
step up.
Let me help you?
Let me help you. Let me just help you. Help. Let me help you. Let me serve you. When you help and serve them, more doors will open for you.
Well, thank you. I think I might have to come and visit the Talk Academy because I really like these points you're giving. And I think that Mastery is a great book. Anyone that's trying to do what you are doing should pick it up. If you're trying to be a presenter, I've flipped through this. I've seen some really good advice. I think you should pick this up. Thank you so much, Joyce, for being on the show today.
Thank you.
That brings us to the end of the morning show today. I'm Biola Alabi. Thanks to all my guests for joining me today. Have a great weekend.